For this lesson you'll need a pencil and a piece of paper. Hello Year 5 and welcome to our history lesson. Today we're going to be following on from our learning that we've done about the war and looking at a really important event during the war, which is D-Day. So our learning objective is that we're learning to use facts about events so that we can describe the events of the D-Day landings, which is probably something that you've heard of. Even if you don't know what it is, it'll be something that you see in the news each year. So we'll look at building upon that knowledge throughout the lesson today. So your success criteria for the lesson, your bronze is to use information from a video to show your findings. So on the next page I'm going to share with you a video that you can watch and hopefully that'll expand your knowledge. The silver, to research your own facts to give more detail about the D-Day landings, so to go and expand on that knowledge from the video. And then the gold, to consider emotions and use your own research to show what it was like for people on D-Day. So really kind of, again, feeling what emotions the people there would feel. So on the next page there is going to be a video link, and obviously you'll need to click on that to watch the video about. And here it is. Obviously when you're watching the video, what I'd probably suggest to do, like we often do in class, is to watch it once first and don't write anything down. Watch it a second time and make notes on the key things that you find out, including the key dates as well, because that will come in really handy for a little bit later on when you do your task. So I just wanted to share with you some information from this book that I found with D-Day as well. So it's called See Inside the Second World War, and it's available in our quiet corner when we get back to school. It's actually brilliant. I've not noticed it or not seen it until now, but there's lots and lots of information about different parts of the Second World War. So for D-Day, I'll read this to you and lift up the flaps as we kind of go along. So on June the 6th, 1944, Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy in German-occupied France. It was the biggest invasion in history, and they called it D-Day, as we know from the video. So around 150,000 soldiers stormed 5 beaches on D-Day. The worst fighting was on Omagh Beach, where the American troops were attacked by enemy guns hidden in the cliffs. British, Canadian and American troops landed at 5 beaches on D-Day. They secured a small strip of coast where they landed more troops and supplies. From there, they swept towards Paris, driving Hitler's forces back through Europe. The night before the invasion, 9,000 Allied planes swooped over Normandy, bombarding German troops. Soldiers parachuted behind enemy lines to destroy railway lines and telephone exchanges. The more damage they caused, the slower the Germans could react to the Allied invasion. Soldiers charged from the landing boats into a swarm of bullets, noise and confusion. Weak from seasickness and fear, soldiers sought whatever cover they could from enemy fire. Invading troops had to get past a wall topped with barbed wire. Around 4,000 Higgins boats carried troops to the beaches. Few could get close enough, so soldiers waded through deep water. Many soldiers were gunned down before they even reached the beach. Sounds like carnage. Boom! Most Higgins boats were sitting ducks from German artillery guns. Expecting an Allied invasion of Europe, the Germans had built a line of fortifications stretching from France to Norway, known as the Atlantic Wall. German soldiers guarded the beaches from concrete bunkers high on the surrounding cliffs. German soldiers fired machine guns and from mortar rockets from concrete pillboxes built into the cliffs. I'm not sure if you can see them on the page. You can see them on the picture that's on the screen now. German machine gunners fired from gun pits along the cliff top. The pits were linked by tunnels and trenches. Allied soldiers who reached the cliffs formed small units to break through German lines. Some fired at machine gun posts while others tried to scale the steep rocky slopes. The Germans couldn't hold it out, as more and more soldiers stormed the beach. After 2 hours, the first Allied troops reached the cliff top. They attacked the German fortifications, finally capturing the beach. The beaches were scattered with dangerous obstacles to stop Allied ships from getting close. Some of the obstacles that faced soldiers on Omagh Beach were low tide point, Belgian gates, wooden skates, hedgehogs, barbed wire, seawall, minefield and cliffs. As well as barbed wire and mines, the Germans scattered the beaches with steel crosses called hedgehogs, metal fences known as Belgian gates, and wooden skates topped with mines. To see and avoid all these, the Allies had to land at low tide. This meant their soldiers had to run almost 500 metres to the cliffs under heavy machine gun fire. And by the evening, the beaches were secure. Over the next month, over 700,000 Allied troops landed in France. The German army, weak from fighting in Russia, stood little chance against such a vast force. Its defeat was now inevitable. Okay, so you can see obviously more facts from there. Equally feel free to listen to that again and write some more facts and information down. And I'm just about to explain to you what you've got to do for your task. So for your task today, what I would like you to do is use what you have learnt about D-Day and choose a way to present it, so you get completely free range really with how I want you to do it. So I've listed some ideas on here. Equally, if you've got your own, that's absolutely fine. So you might present the ideas in a poster. It might be quite nice to have a kind of pop-up flappy poster, just like the page in the text that I've just shared with you. Can talk like an expert. We did this with rationing, so maybe time yourself for a couple of minutes and try and give as much information as you know about D-Day, and that can be done through obviously filming yourself with a video. Could potentially make a D-Day game. Obviously be mindful of that you need the facts and you need the information as part of it. You could do a quiz with answers. Potentially you could do a lesson for the people that you live with and then test them on it. It'd be interesting to see what results you get with that. Could be an interview with a member of the army. So potentially if you could be in two different roles, you could ask the question and you could act as a member of either the German army or the British army or the other countries involved, and kind of give your answers based on the feelings and the emotions and the facts and the things that happened on D-Day. And equally, I've put as an option a diary entry, which obviously we've kind of covered, and we'll be covering it in literacy over the next couple of weeks, but that might be a way in which you choose. And as I mentioned, choose your own way is an option as well, as long as you have got as many facts in there as possible to share with me about D-Day. So I look forward to seeing your creative ideas for presenting that, and I look forward to seeing all of your knowledge that you've learnt about D-Day too. So take care everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.